Hey guys, this is Kirop speaking, and today we continue our journey through the Light Campaign V2 in automation. And like I said last time, we are probably going to build a follow-up to the Pico. And as that one is the Lost Citycar, I will have a lot of little design decisions to talk about while building this one. Now, coming with a full alloy engine too, which wasn't in the original. And I see that we are not quite optimized in our sales, because the standard version of this one is currently selling out, and they want to have about 6% more of those. And none of the others are on the market yet. So yeah, let me go into here and just revise a little bit. The same for the Dash 66, and just see how things are going. This one is actually pretty well balanced, so I don't really care. 30,000 though. It's crazy. They want to have more of the wagon and less of the base. Yep. Well, we can accomplish that, I think. Is that possible? Less of the base, even less of the base. More of the wagon. This and this. Yeah, sounds good. All right, should do. And that makes all happy. Everyone is happy. Let's take a look at the economy. Oh, long recession. That's a pretty long recession coming in here. Looking rather dire for Ahana. But yeah, that's the luxury market. I mean, the commercial, or let's take a look at the normal market. So basically stagnation for the most part in the categories. A slight recession overall for in the standard market, but we are also in the premium market where the hit has been larger. Yeah, I don't quite like this trend overall, but every recession is followed by a boom, naturally. So I hope this one will kick in once our new cars get onto the market. And as there is not much other things to do right now. Oh no, we have to check our R&D, which we put on last episode. Oh, good to know. It's almost there, so we can go to 6 now. Wow, that's so expensive. That is fucking expensive. But we do have the profit, I think. Oh, yes, we do. We could even go higher than that. Maybe you should. Like, go to 7 here and just crank it out, baby. Yeah, that's very, very expensive. But then again, if you don't invest, then nothing can come out of it, right? Why should we just sit here on our money? That doesn't make any sense. Oh, alright, let's design the Pico, and let's do it with... Is this a new car? No, we want to use this one, or... Oh, look at that! That's awesome! We have a new car. When did this one come out? Oh, perfect! 73! That wasn't even planned. It's great. So we have our new Golph thingy body here. And we are going to build the ultimate of city cars. Let's see. We are going to start with a... How does anyone fit in there? Let's make it a bit more comfortable. Yes. Yeah, like this. Oh yes. Don't crush your head. A little bit more like this, maybe. Almost a bit wagon-esque. No, it wants to be small. So this is our tiny little city car, with the very luxurious rear door entry, where about the size of a... If you're anything beyond 3 years old, you can't enter through this door, sorry. But yet it gets the practicality bonus for it, so I really like this version. Let's put some quality into there, and I really hope this one this works. Wow, there's so many different ones. Oh, we even have a light delivery version of it. We totally sell that one into Fruinia. That will be awesome. Probably doesn't have enough cargo space though to classify as a light delivery vehicle. Monocoque it is. Steel front transfers. Yes, front transfers. Small engine in there. We are going for a MacPherson strut. Double wishbone. I have so little familiarity in this, but I think we do need the space up front, because if you check that out, That's a massive difference. Let's see how much we can fit in with double wishbone, because that's my go-to, what my go-to build would be with this kind of familiarity rating. And then we see if we need to switch over to McPherson because we just can't fit an engine in there. So, Le Grills. Let's put something very strange on here. Like this. Just flows extremely well with the soft lines of the rest of the body. Isn't this beautiful? And then just because I love you so much, we put on something that looks like a headlight. Oh, it comes to life. Yes, isn't this a face you would just want to kiss? Not quite, maybe.
Oh, there we go. Look at this. Little car, little boxy car.
It's awesome. No door handles for you. No, and no exhaust either. And no, nothing. Okay, front transverse, yes. And of course in mint green, less shiny maybe, like this. And maybe a little less in your face. I kind of like this though. And that's looking good. Let's save this. All right, that's saved. And now for the engine. Inline 3. Oh, fuck, it doesn't fit. How much? Ooh, that's the problem with your double wishbone right there. Let's go with 950 cc. Can't rev this to anywhere. Fuck. Okay, this one fits. Good. Full alloy. And let's put all this on. Cast, cast, cast. More quality. Or do we just want to keep that toned down? +2 maybe. Save a little bit of engineering time, make it a bit cheaper. Compression is non-issue. We want to go with a low cam profile around like 28 or something. Revving, nah, not really. Save a little bit so that engineering time goes down. And I think we are limited. We're probably limited because of the stroke and the that causing too much stress on the internals. So we don't need the quality to rev higher when it comes to the top end. Now I can save money here. Now the question is, like one single barrel eco carb certainly isn't enough for... It might be enough. Maximum power 36. Or 157. Slight difference there. Let's go with a 4-barrel and just hope for the best. We can go for all the leaning out and a little bit of ignition timing and all the quality once again. +10. No, we can't rev it this high. We have far too long stroke for this. So maybe 5,300, something like this. And short cast, that's all good. Not going to make much power. 1-inch exhaust, no fucking catalytic. Yes, catalytic converter. Catalonian converter. And then we go for reverse flow. And see what happens. 42.4 horsepower. That is massive. And fuel octane. But this engine is already optimized. Okay, we move on. No, let's see what we can do. Want to drop this a little bit. Oh yeah, that's a good modification. And maybe you can rev it slightly higher. Nope, just 100. Just 100 higher. So was a very nicely targeted first build for this one. Not much to do here afterwards. And what if we put in some more here? Doesn't really help. It just increases. Doesn't increase it too much. So if I just go like +2, give some nice little stat bonuses, nothing significant, but just a little bit higher reliability. The reliability is pretty low, 46. Oh, not too happy about that. Then again, it's a full alloy engine. How much does this thing weigh? Where is it? 73 kilos, that's nothing. That's great, that's great. And I mean, the engine has so little torque too, that the drivetrain and gearbox will weigh like nothing. So, very good. Alright, now let's see. Can we now go... Ooh, we could go with an automatic for this one. Now that is interesting. The top speed certainly isn't up to snuffs here, but do we need more power? I hope not. Because more power means that we need to go with McPherson in the front. Then again, like to make a larger engine. That's my point here, really. Let's just see. If we set it up like this, and up to 100, yeah, that kind of works, I guess. Something like this. And put all the quality in here, because we're using a torque converter, and torque converters are shit. Like this. Not all the quality. Like this. Okay. Medium compound road. Tiny tires. Same problem as last year. Last time I built this one. If we go with 13 inches, then we can have 155s. 155s look quite large on this car. So maybe we get away with 135s? Like, what is the recommended size? Let's just check. Recommended size is 205s. Well, fuck off. So I guess the 155s are the option to take. To start out with, I'm just going with a solid disc front. It's a front engine car with a super light engine, so I think the single piston here should do the work. While I'm going with a drum brake rear with minimum size, or almost, let's go 200 to start out with. No quality added, and no under tray. 42 cooling. Now that's too much. Let's go 3 times that requirement. Basically this. Yes, let's go with this. 4 seats, basic, none, power steering, and advanced. Here we can easily go for progressive springs, use the gas monotube, and passive sway bars. Oh wow. Okay, fun. No, this is far too fun a vehicle. You see, like, it has tuned towards sportiness, and it has 0 sportiness. That is impressive. What an accomplishment. Let's take a look at the markets real quick. We are aiming in the correct region, just about. Let's see if we can optimize this a bit. It needs stiffer springs, that is for certain. Because these are just wobbly as hell. And now I want to get it down to something more reasonable here. What? Why is drivability decreasing now? Nah, good. It's all good. Roll angle is pretty high. In order to get this to a more malleable point for my tuning, I think I need to decrease the front tire size. And there we go. Just end up with perfect setup, basically. Let's take a look at the dampers, though. I think they are pretty much off. Oh, they were not completely off. We lost a lot of comfort. What? Fuck. So the rear was the problem. Ah, there we go. Yep. That's a good compromise. And now let's take a look at the camber. This is the wrong direction, so let's go a bit more front camber. This is also the wrong direction, so we are already optimized. Yep, it was a perfect hit from the start. Nothing to do here. Now we just need to put in... oh no, let's check out the gearing. And one important thing. I need to check out the performance stat. Because we might end up with too much losses there for our drivability, which harms everything. Top speed is awful, but the markets don't care. Let's see, drive... Oh yes, minus 6.6%. Here we have the first case of this really mattering. So I'm going to redesign this to be housing a larger engine. McPherson. There we go. And do I need anything here? Familiarity. Yeah, we could make this super cheap. Oh, no, we have so much familiarity in this one that I don't really care that much. All good. Let's say it's all good. Oh, now that I'm here, I can put, for the first time ever, I put a shitty exhaust in here. No, not 2 times. There we go. Tiny exhaust. Ha! Look, it almost looks like a car. Isn't this amazing? Oh, that's missing the taillights. This looks pretty awful. Alright, so to all of you who wonder why I never design my cars visually, this is the reason why. I think this requires no comment. So now you've witnessed the rare occasion where I actually did this, and it's not pretty. Now back into the action though. This doesn't change, but now we have a lot more room in here. And I shall take a look at... Ooh. No! Has this not adapted? Oh, come on. Has the engine bay not changed? It looks changed. Has changed there. Should be able to fit in more. Let's see. Okay, so this is all changed and stuff. Yes, that's correct. So why doesn't... Ah, now. Okay, I just had to go into the trim and then I'm able to change it. Coolies. Now we can fit a massive inline 3 in there. Maybe we can make it a little bit more revvy too, because this isn't nice. 86 certainly is enough, and then we make it a 1.2 liter. Yes, there we go. Okay, that should have a lot more performance. Make better use of our carb. We put on a massive 4-barrel carb. That is an awkward 1.33 barrels per cylinder. Very good, and it's just a perfect match. Maybe we should have developed a 3-barrel carb for this kind of engine. Okay, here we go. So now we are definitely running into some problems because we are restricting the exhaust too much. And now we are still knocking. Let's fix this problem real quick. And I think this is a very nice compromise. 56 horsepower, and we should be able to rev a little bit higher because we cut down on the stroke. Yeah, there we go. And it's a lot better. Now we don't reside at peak power for the engine. And overall this should be very nice for our stats. Can even up the compression by 1 again. Lower the ignition timings. And there we have it. Perfect. Oh, that's nice. Alright, we can tune it a bit more. Because this roll angle was a bit on the sporty side. Don't really need this. But how do we get this one up now? Can we, with this engine now, run a 155 setup? That might be entirely possible. More grip. That kind of cannibalizes into the fun segment then. I don't really care. So let's make this soft. See if we get it down. Make this a bit stiffer. 99. 99, it really doesn't want to go anywhere, but 3.5 is good. And now I just get it down by adding a little bit more camber in the rear. Yes. 61.5 drivability. That is very respectable a stat for 1973. And now for the... Why did we do all this? Well, because of this stat. And you see, performance, bam, it's gone. So the problems are all gone. Brake balance. Brake balance is complete shite. Let's fix this. Oh, fuck. Okay, yeah. We really need to fix this. Alright, they just don't want to have any... Like, we put a bike brake on the rear, just to make sure that they don't overbrake. It's still locking up the rear tires in our brake tests. But we couldn't find... Like, maybe one of our engineers can get in his son's bike, his kid's bike, tomorrow, so that we can put on those brakes onto the car. Just to make sure that we don't lock up the rears too much. Of course, we do have a little bit more. Well, the economy certainly went down, but got worse. But we do have a bit more cooling requirements. So if we want to get back our average reliability up to snuff, then I want to increase it to a factor 3 once again, and this is pretty close to that. And we didn't lose all that much fuel economy. Top speed, who cares? So I'm happy with this one. The acceleration to 100 kilometers an hour probably increased by a lot. Well, decreased. The acceleration increased, but the time decreased. 13.9. That's kind of as good as, or bad as my car right now. So it should be within the realm of being good for the time period. It's actually a decently fast car, as you can see here. Light sport budget, track budget. That's a fun little car. It scores well in the city category. City budget still a bit expensive for that, but that is pre-factory. I'm not worrying about this yet. Now let's create, let's first make the naming and then create all the various trims of it. Alright, naming done. So now cloning. Cloning to make a standard-ish version. Ooh, fuck, look at the penalties here. Standard, but that is quite powerful. Let's see, can we... Oh yeah, we do have enough tech here to bring this up to a good standing. The basic we can't really use though. I think this is a good combination. On the brakes, it's getting worse. If we go up to 70 here, maybe 75 even? 72 maybe. Yeah, that's kind of in the middle. Okay, I take that. And that is fixed. What about the markets? Oh yeah, it's very green. I think I'm going to base a convertible on this one and just see if that works out. Let's select it as the premium clone and head over here and select the convertible for it. There we go. It's a 2-door and... Does it work? Does it work? Let's see, wait. Yes, it does work. Yay! Okay, this is an actual convertible. Very good. Or very shit for the economy, but who cares? So, convertible budget, yes, we are getting into new markets. Let's put up this one a little bit, and this is of course pre-factory, and this is the convertible. I should check out the suspension though. Yes, oh, that's pretty terrible. Or we can get back here. Yup, better. And... no bottoming out though. Very good. I thought that might be an issue. 66. Why does this have higher drivability than the others? Do we have... probably wheel spin. We had a little bit of wheel spin on the base version, which was so light. And again, the brakes. Oh, and of course, because it's heavier, we have a little bit more need for brakes in the rear. So the bike brakes from the engineer's son actually now just optimally grip the rear tires. Let's take another look at what we have available in the form of bodies. We could make a kind of tiny pickup. Or a wagon version. This is... oh, well, we have a kind of wagon version already. Could make it a little larger. But now, we don't have the suspension for that, though. That is the problem. And even if we made a pickup version, it wouldn't be good for that kind of application because we don't have the suspension for it. If we had chosen torsion beam rear, then that might be a good option to go for. But not really here. We have a 4-door. I could make... no, that's cannibalization again. I could make a 2-door fun version. And that would be cannibalizing our dash, the base version of the dash, I think. By far too much. So now, let's keep it simple like this. Just 3 versions. And the premium should cater to... oh, we could make a luxury though. A luxury convertible and a luxury non-convertible. Maybe that oversaturates things a little too much, but let's try it out. It's not really luxury if you only put in premium stuff, is it? But how do the markets react? City Premium. It's doing really well in City Premium. They probably want even more than this. And I think we can afford to. Wow, this really killed the standard segments. Which is good, don't get me wrong. That is good, because then there's less cannibalization going on. We are slowly inching up to higher and higher brake values with this one. It's getting heavier, but overall it's still workable. The luxury is now complete. I could try to make this one now a convertible luxury as well. The best thing about it, really the best thing about it is this door handle now. Because that opens... they just had that in their design, so they just put it on. I mean, why care changing it between the designs? I mean, deal with it, right? Just deal with it. Fucking pussies. I think this is going to win the Design of the Year award. Easily. Just look at it. It's brilliant. A convertible with 4 door handles and 2 doors. Like, where is this one even leading? Let's make it a 2-seater. It really scores nicely in the City Premium. And then, what more do we want to change? This one, we want to switch up a bit. There we go. And the brakes, no, they are still fine. Maybe can take... no, they can't. It's all good, all good. Yeah, I think we have a really nice lineup here. Let's check out the markets for this one. Convertible budget. They still like it in the convertible budget. Ooh, this is getting a bit high. Anyway, I need to set the prices later. So now let's... ooh. Ew. Let's get it down to 4 years, shall we? Like this. Reliability is... I think the Citycar is still selling so well that we can go with a 5-year development cycle. Wow, okay. This is easy to get done. That doesn't cost anything. So what do we do with this? Just leave it as is, I would say. 30 million, that's super cheap. That's 100 million, not so super cheap, but who cares? And we are building this in a massive factory. let's take the Pico and assign it here. It's a level 2 large. And that also allows me to have that many different trims without losing too much efficiency. Production efficiency is still 91%. Although the question really is, do we really want to sacrifice 9% or let's say 6% production efficiency just for the luxury version of the convertible? I think the answer to that is no. So let's get rid of this one. And then check in here again. 95%. Okay, 4% gain. That isn't too bad. And now we want to produce these things. Wow, this is super cheap. This is super cheap. Could even lower it even more, but that costs so much money. Cheap labor, yo. It's really good. It doesn't cost us anything. It's great. I could upgrade it even further if there's a massive boom, but I don't quite want to do that yet. I want to do that as soon as we get into the Gazmian market. Even though they hate city cars, that is still a pretty big market to get into. Probably the size again of Ahana, maybe Fruinia? Not quite Fruinia, because the Fruinians really love their city vehicles and the Gazmians really hate the city vehicles. So it's probably just like another Ahanan market. So one size up in factory size is one level up in factory size would be appropriate. But now for the split in production. Let's look this one. The convertible like this. The cheaper and the premium. I don't know. Let's build equal amounts. And now we need to set up. Yeah, this is without markup though. It got quite a bit cheaper. I think the cheaper was at 6k before. And now let's change the markups. 30% base markup. The convertible really doesn't want to sell well. Anyway, I think this is a good baseline, and we are not selling this one for enough, maybe? Anyway, this all can be finalized later. We have a grand total of 163.5 million in costs. And the break even happens within 5 months of production. That's a lot of cars per month down here. We are building... how much is this? Basically 20k cars a month. No, that's a lot of cars. Alright, sign off! Yeah, there we go. So now you've finally seen how to build the Pico. And which is pretty similar to how we had this one. And now that we have freight cars in engineering, and we have some R&D running, I think I'm going to wait until 1975 and see if there's a new transport body coming out. I think there is. Maybe it's just coming out in the 80s. But there is this massive van which we could use. And with this one we shall conquer new markets. Like all this segment. Should be doable for us. And overall, this is just going phenomenally well. Just look at how our score is skyrocketing too, with all these productions going on. So yeah, I think this wraps us up for today's episode. Hope you enjoyed, and see you guys next time.